What's going on, y'all? It's DG back with another video today. Finally, very anticipated from me, but going to give y'all a very in-depth first impressions review on the new Adidas Anthony Edwards AE1s. So let's get right into it. I've played in these a ton already, wanted to give this some time before giving y'all my first impressions. So this video is going to answer a lot of questions. Look at this box, guys. This box is a 10 out of 10. If I had to give it a rating, you have the Adidas logo, the Anthony Edwards initials logo. You also have some print right here. Then if you flip it over, you have the traditional size tag. Box alone is very, very premium. You guys see it's a slide out box, which I really like. Also comes with extra laces. So I know a lot of y'all have probably seen other players or even Anthony Edwards himself wear the extra laces, but for me, I decided to just stick with the black. This shoe reminds me of a Yeezy Quantum, except for less than half the price. This is such a nice shoe, especially from that toe down view. Very Yeezy reminiscent, very Yeezy-esque. And y'all see that kind of like one booty upper. It really does feel like a sock. To go over sizing real quick, I did go true to size for this. I definitely can hoop in them. I have been playing in them a lot lately, but I do recommend trying to go down half size or at least trying them on because they are a little bit roomy. This is a shoe that is meant to feel like a sock. Going down half size may, aid a lot of hoopers because going true to size, even as a wide footer, there's still some room around the shoe. I'd be curious to just try on a half size down. If you are a wide footer who's concerned about anything, then honestly, I would recommend just going true to size. But for narrow footers, normal footers, I would recommend going a half size down. In terms of the traction, you guys see those triangle blade patterns. This is a very good traction setup, guys. Like, it is actually very solid in my opinion because I did play on 3 courts already in these, and I honestly didn't really have to wipe. The first time I played in them, I was really just trying to test the shoe, and when you're trying to test shoes, you're really just trying to perform, and I don't remember wiping, so that's a very good sign. Very good traction performance, squeaks really loud for those who like that. I will say though that the durability is not the most amazing. So I did clean these, but you guys can see that the rubber is already fraying, and I also cleaned these, but I couldn't really get that fraying out of there. But in terms of performance, this is a very good performance traction setup. I was actually pretty surprised. The grooves are pretty deep, but they're very closely spaced together, but I didn't really notice dust affecting it too badly. You may have to wipe, especially if you're on like the worst court in the world, but overall, I would say this traction is pretty dang good. In terms of cushion for this shoe, it features Boost and Light Strike. I'm not exactly sure where the Boost or Light Strike is. I think the Boost is like full length, but then the Light Strike is like throughout the shoe somewhere. Not too sure, but in terms of performance, this is a very court feel shoe. You're not gonna feel too, up the ground, high off the ground. This is great for guards, and dare I say it, all positions, because I can see a lot of positions really liking these. Different play styles, different heights, different weights. I think this is a very versatile cushion setup. It does remind me a little bit of like the KD15, although the KD15 felt a little bit more bouncy because of the zoom. The court feel feels very similar. I really enjoy this cushion setup. I'm a guard, I'm not too big, so this is a very good, cushion setup for me personally, and I felt like I could actually play in these. So for all my hoopers who really are looking for a good performance basketball shoe, I think the traction and the cushion are very solid. And again, I'm going to mention this is only $125 retail, which is actually insane because the box alone is very premium. The shoe itself is a very substantial shoe. You really feel like you're getting your money's worth. And then, like I just talked about, the cushion and the traction are very good. In terms of materials, I do feel like it's premium as well. You do have like rubber all throughout the shoe, which does help with containment, especially here, like this honeycomb pattern on each side. But I do feel like it adds a little bit of weight. So this is not the most, lightest shoe in the world. It's not the lightest shoe in the world at all. You also have this kind of plastic on the back tab for support, which adds to the weight. It does look like carbon fiber at first glance, but it isn't carbon fiber. It's just like a piece of plastic, basically. It does help with support as well. But in terms of materials, I do like them. I do think that it is definitely worth $125. Really premium shoe right out the box. You guys are really going to like the presentation for this shoe because I really did. So in terms of materials, I do really like it. I do think it's premium, especially for the price point. Relatively speaking, but it does add a little bit of weight. Okay, so this is not going to be the lightest shoe in the world. It actually reminds me a little bit of the Hardens, where these are a very good, you know, really promising performer, but the weight isn't the lightest shoe in the world. But I do feel like a lot of people are going to like playing in these simply because of the traction and cushion. In terms of support of this shoe, I really think it's one of the high points. It is pretty much a mid to high top design. You're pretty much covered all throughout the entire design, from the back portion right here on the heel for that heel support, as well as, you know, this is a high to mid top. So for those who are really looking for that, then this shoe provides it. The shoe is also pretty wide as well, and you do have, you know, that rubber on each side, which does help and is pretty flexible. I will mention though that the insole that it comes with isn't that good, so I will recommend using a Move insole. So I've been playing in these in the Move insole, and it really does help in terms of just adding a little bit more bounce, a little bit more support, more impact protection for sure. So you have that plate and the crash pad in the heel right there. So I definitely recommend going to my description, using my discount code, and consider getting these because I use these in every basketball shoe and it really does help me. Aesthetically speaking, these are one of the best looking first signature shoes that we've seen in a while. The reason why I mention that is because just look at the shoe, guys. It's different. It looks cool too. I can't even describe, like, when you open the shoe, once you get the box, once you open it and get it in hand, this is one of the nicest, you know, packages I've ever gotten in terms of just how they look, how they perform, how they feel. Very comfortable, very cool looking. This is one of the best first signature basketball shoes. So shout out to Adidas for making these right here. These are just absolutely amazing aesthetically. I had to give it a very quick comparison that I alluded to earlier. Just imagine you're getting like a Yeezy type shoe, but you're getting it for 125 bucks for arguably one of the best NBA players in the game today, which looks absolutely amazing. So just imagine you're getting like a very nice Yeezy shoe, but for like less than half the price. Kind of reminds me of like the Jordan 1, where when you open that box, it looks very substantial. It looks cool. Like the colorway is very nice, and you can see that it's like a Nike Jordan product. I mentioned that because when I opened this and actually played in it, it felt amazing. You know, the presentation, the packaging, the branding on the back looks very cool. The player is so iconic as well. Great personality, great for marketing, great performer as well. He's one of, you know, he's different for sure. So really enjoy these. So after playing in these, you know, legit, I've been really trying to test this shoe. In terms of overall performance, I actually think these are really good performance-wise so far. Again, this is a first impressions review, but they are very promising. Definitely top tier in terms of aesthetics. These just look amazing, especially on feet. I do think that they look very sleek, which is very nice, and they honestly remind me of like a Jordan 1. The two downsides to this shoe are the weight. So this is not the lightest shoe in the world, but if you are a hooper, if you've played in a lot of basketball shoes and you like a little bit of weight to anchor you to the ground, then I do think that this is a great option for you. Another comparison that I can give the shoe is the Harden Volume 7, because the Harden 7s have a little bit of weight in them, but they are a very top tier performer. I do think that these are in that category where there's some weight on it. It's not anything crazy, right? It's not like a LeBron 19, but they are really good performers in my opinion so far. The second thing I'll note is that the durability isn't that amazing because I'm already getting fraying on the rubber right here. But again, like for 125 bucks, guys, I might collect this shoe. That's how good this shoe is to me in terms of aesthetics. Like, you can honestly wear these casually, feel really comfortable, look really good. So this is a very versatile shoe, not only for basketball, all positions, but also, you know, if you want to wear them casually. So overall, I do recommend this shoe from the bottom of my heart. This is a very surprising package in terms of just the box to playing in it, to just looking at it, to just feeling it. It is actually a really good overall shoe from Adidas. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Follow me on all socials at DJOobs, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.